Welcome to wonderful New York, New York. Clear skies here at Yankee Stadium in preparation for some Yankees baseball as they take on the Cleveland Guardians in Game 1 of the American League Championship Series. These two reinvigorating a past rivalry between the two of them, and they want to get ready once again as they get ready to rock and roll. The Yankees endured some tough luck at the plate against the Kansas City Royals in the ALDS, leaning on a stellar showing for their pitching staff to move on to the ALCS. Or to look to continue to beat down a Guardians team, they went 4-2 in the regular season. The Guardians survived a tough series against the Detroit Tigers, which have been filled with grit, and even more grit. But there should be plenty more to believe with both sides continuing their torrid hot runs. With the Guardians coming off a 5-game series, and with the Yankees continuing to roll by means of their bats, namely Giancarlo Stanton and Juan Soto. Hello everyone, I am Alec Nava. Welcome to the Bronx, where we begin with the Guardians and the Yankees. The Guardians are like many teams entering the rigors of the postseason, falling a bit from their perch at the bat. They've hit just .234 through 5 playoff games, dealing with an increased strikeout rate of 22.8% and failing to exhibit any kind of patience at the plate for a measly 5% walk rate. They'll now attempt to settle into an arduous matchup against Carlos Rodon, whose heavy fly ball could pose problems for a team who has 6 points worse against those types. It's true that Cleveland has been much better against lefties this year, but the striker-reliant Rodon should continue to have success he did down the stretch on account of Cleveland's .619 OPS against power pitchers this season, which ranks second worst in the league, and a brutal .218 expected batting average thus far in this postseason. So for Cleveland, their bullpen finished first in ERA this season. They have ranked just 8th overall among teams playing this October, 316, and could be leaned upon heavily here with Alex Cobb taking the ball in Game 1. Cobb lost the ability to pitch to ground balls over the past 2 years just as quickly as he found in LA, pitching to his .278 expected batting average last season, coming at .280 in an incredibly abbreviated 2024 campaign because of injury. He has a .275 expected batting average over his career against this Yankees group, and he's checked over .286 expected batting average pitching in the Bronx during his career, and the veteran righty was ineffective as low start this postseason to boot, giving up 2 runs on free hits and a walk in Detroit last week. For the Yankees, one can think that they'll be scoring more runs. They had a big decision ahead of them here, opting to go with Rodon in Game 1 over Clark Schmidt. The move was likely made to set Rodon up on a friendly road match in Game 5, but he might find just as much success here at the Bronx against Cleveland on Monday. He'll draw an opponent which ranks second worst in OPS to power pitchers this season as a man who has grown by leaps and bounds in that area in the final months of the 2024 season. The lefty came home with a blistering 30.1% strikeout rate in the final month of the season, producing an excellent 34.2% whiff rate while having plenty of success in pitching to fly balls at .226 expected batting average. He managed to register a whopping 7 strikeouts against the Royals 1 week ago, but was done in 7 hits, including by a home run. Star hot, finished with 4 earned runs over 3 2/3 frames. The Guardians may be succeeding against lefties, but they were miserable against strikeout artists this season. And with some more strikeouts piling up against Detroit, they could find it even more tough to score runs, particularly with poor .218 expected batting average this postseason to rank 9th among the 12 teams to play this October. To speak of that, you had to figure that this Yankees bats have been a bit unlucky. They've hit just .220, but ranked second with .280 expected batting average through 4 games. First with a stunning 49.5% hard hit rate, in course of a monstrous 17.3% walk rate. They should be scoring a lot more runs. After racking up 8 hits and 5 walks in Game 4 against KC, we could see further positive regression early in this series. In the meantime, it's 7-3, the Mets lead over the Los Angeles Dodgers in Game 2 of the NLCS. They scored the first 6 runs of this series. The Dodgers, they scored 3 of them before the Mets answered back because of Starling Marte to score in Pete Alonso. And Edwin Diaz is on the mound right now for the Mets. That is the time you know that trumpets are really sounding. There is a runner at first, however. Andy Pages, he has Shohei Ohtani on the plate up against Diaz. So the Mets closer, who has been very rocky as of late, but when he's on, he is on fire. As for the starting lineups, we begin with the visiting Cleveland Guardians. It is Cobb taking the mound to begin with for Cleveland. Stephen Kwan at left field is the leadoff batter. David Fry at DH. Jose Ramirez at third base. Lane Thomas at center field. Josh Naylor at first base. John Kenzie Noel at right field. Bo Naylor at catcher. Andres Jimenez at second base. And Brian Rocchio at shortstop. That's the 1 through 9 for Cleveland. For the Yanks, the Bronx Bombers, they'll go with this lineup. Gleyber Torres, the leadoff batter, at second base. Juan Soto at right field. Aaron Judge at center field. Austin Wells at catcher. Giancarlo Stanton at DH. Jazz Chisholm Jr. at third base. Anthony Volpe at shortstop. Anthony Rizzo making his return into the lineup at first base, taking the place of utility players Oswaldo Cabrera and John Berti. Alex Verdugo to round out the lineup at left field. Reserves for these lineups, when we're looking at the complete roster, Cobb is one of the 4 starters alongside Tanner Bybee, who is their ace right now with Shane Bieber out for the year. Matthew Boyd and Gavin Williams are the 2 other starters. The bullpen consisting of Pedro Avila, Joey Cantillo, Hunter Gaddis, Tim Herron, Eli Morgan, Eric Sabrowski, Cade Smith, Andrew Walters, and their star closer and potential AL reliever of the year, Emmanuel Croisset. Well, I continue to mention that he is an AL Cy Young candidate as a closer, given his ERA of under 0.5. David Fry and Bo Naylor are the 2 catchers being utilized, with Fry at the DH position. The other catcher is Austin Hedges. The reserve infielders being Kyle Manzardo, Daniel Schneemann being the 2 reserve infielders. On the outfield, the reserve outfielder is Will Brennan. On the inactive roster, Logan Allen, Daniel Espino, Connor Gillespie, Ben Lively, Tristan McKenzie, Nick Sandlin, Peter Streletsky, among the pitchers. Infielders including Gabriel Arias and Juan Brito. The outfield reserves, Tyler Freeman, Angel Martinez, Jonathan Rodriguez, Miles Straw, and George Valera. For the Yankees, reserve rosters from the starting rotation includes Garrett Cole, Luis Gil, and Clark Schmidt. Among the bullpen, Jake Cousins, Ian Hamilton, Tim Hill, Clay Holmes, Tommy Conley, Tim Meza, Marcus Stroman, who was activated from the inactive roster in advance, and Luke Weaver, who is their designated closer. Reserve catcher is Jose Trevino. Reserve infielders, Oswaldo Cabrera and John Berti. And reserve outfielders being Hassan Dominguez and Trent Grisham. Inactives being Clayton Beeter, Nestor Cortez Jr., Scott Efros, Yoendris Gomez, Mark Leiter Jr., Cody Poteet, and Will Ward for the pitchers. Reserve inactive catcher is Carlos Narvaez. Reserve infielders in the inactive roster, DJ LeMahieu, Oswald Peraza, Ben Rice, and Horbit Vivas. Reserve outfielders on the inactive roster, Duke Ellis and Everson Pereira. Ellis being moved to the inactive roster with the reinstatement of Rizzo onto the active roster. The Yankees, in 15 2/3 innings, on the bullpen has not given up any earned runs. The Guardians, 191 opposing batting average, issuing 37 strikeouts. Stephen Vogt and his team will take the mound first, with Stephen Kwan leading things off. He, David Fry, and Jose Ramirez will start things off here. Up next, when we come back here at Yankee Stadium. York Mets take down the Los Angeles Dodgers 7-3. In Game 2 of the NLCS, this series is tied, headed back to Citi Field. Sean Manaea the win, Ryan Brasier the loss, Edwin Diaz gets the save, his second in postseason action, and the third for the Mets in this postseason run. The other save being from David Peterson. And previously it was Stephen Vogt getting interviewed by Lauren Jabara of the TBS crew. Aaron Boone, third appearance in the ALCS as the Yankees manager. He previously was in the ALCS as a Yankees player back in 2003. Back in those days of Derek Jeter, Jorge Posada, Mariano Rivera, Andy Pettitte. You include the core four. Carlos Rodon is on the mound to begin with. In the 2003, his starters that year being Jason Gamby, Alfonso Soriano, Derek Jeter, and Derek Jeter and Robin Ventura on the infield. Jorge Posada was the catcher that year. Hideki Matsui, Bernie Williams, Raul Mondesi, the outfielders. Nick Johnson was the DH among the starters. Aaron Boone was a reserve batter back then, and he played in the infield. He wore number 19 back then, but now he's wearing number 17, as the number 19 is now taken by John Bertie. The 2003 year being the only year that Boone ever played for the New York Yankees. He was acquired from the Cincinnati Reds in a trade that sent Brandon Clausen, Charlie Manning, and cash considerations on July 31st of 2003. In 54 games out of trade, he had 254, have a 720 OPS, 6 home runs, and 31 RBIs. So there's top of the order, Stephen Kwan, hitting .524 this postseason. He's been on a hot tear. So we say hello to the Guardians bats. Kwan is leading things off, their best hitter. It's a very electric hitting staff that includes Kwan, Fry, and Ramirez to start the top of the order. So we talk of Fernando Tatis Jr. and a time in which he was over 500 batting average before Game 3 of the NLDS against the Los Angeles Dodgers. So the wind impact on high fly balls can go plus 11 feet at left field, plus 4 at left center. Over to the right, it has a negative impact, minus 11 at right center and minus 13 at right field. Minus 4 at center field to begin with. Right now, it is very windy here at Yankee Stadium. We're ready to go here. The first pitch is way outside for Rodon, and that's ball one. So currently, the winds are as high as 16 miles an hour, blowing to the west-northwest, gusting up to 25 miles an hour. We believe that this wind is going to continue on for the night at around that 15 mile an hour mark, where those winds will persist. And they will gust as high as 23 miles an hour right now. And 3 hours from now, it'll be 13 miles an hour to the northwest. No gusts. 1-2 count off this foul ball. So Kwan now at a 1-2 count off back-to-back foul balls. 3 straight fastballs. So this 1-2 for Rodon. It's a foul ball to left side, just shy of that second deck. Remains a 1-2 count. That time it's a slider. In the meantime, we also have some NHL games underway. 3 of them have been completed. Another one is underway right now. This one spiked to the dirt. And over the NHL side, the Florida Panthers looking to bounce back from the loss against the Buffalo Sabres without Alexander Barkov and Matthew Tkachuk. A big win over the Boston Bruins, where Sam Reinhart scored a power play goal and a shorty. His 2 goals were the difference. 2-2. Hit well, it's fouled. Right back. So it's Reinhardt's 2 goals the main difference. Anton Lundell's goal at the 12:59 mark of the third period was the game winner. Carlos Baerga an elite company where Stephen Kwan is among highest batting averages in postseason history of the Guardians. The 2-2. And Kwan yet again fouls. That's another fastball, 97 miles an hour. So that's the 7th pitch for Kwan. He figured that at one point he's going to land one of these pitches from Rodon. He hit 5 foul balls here. That's ball 3. Full count. That's on a cutter that went upstairs. 93 miles an hour on that one. Being sharp. Here's the payoff. Popped up. Over the left field. Over the air. Verdugo steps up. And that is out number 1. And so Kwan will sit down. Flew out to shallow left field. Say hello to our umpires. Mike Esterbrook at home plate. Dan Iasonia, the crew chief, at first base. Chris Seagull at second base. Alan Porter, third base. Jansen Visconti at left field. Vic Carapazza at right field. First pitch is just a little upstairs on a fastball at 95 miles an hour. And this is David Fry, who was the hero for the Cleveland Guardians in Game 5 against the Detroit Tigers. Gained a winning run. 1-0, is to the right. 2-0. As to the right that time around. To take a look back at that 7-3 victory for Cleveland over Detroit in Game 5. The 2-0. Off of the ground, down, and past Volpe to left field for a base hit. The first hit of this game, thanks to David Fry. So Fry was one of 2 heroes in this series. 5-4 victory at Detroit, in which Fry hit a home run to get the lead up to 4-3 for Cleveland. A 2-run shot, scored both him and Stephen Kwan. And then Fry sack fly to score on Brian Rocchio in the 9th. That's just to the left at bottom left corner on a fastball. And while Jace Jung grounded out to second, scored in Justin Henry Malloy in Game 4. Malloy was batting .714 by far in that series at that point in time. In the 7-3 victory, as is the 1-0, it was upstairs for Rodon. 2-0 count. Cleveland hit 11 hits off of Detroit's pitchers in Game 5. 6 of them off Tariq Skubal. Emmanuel Croisset got a second save. The 2-0. Big swing and a miss on a changeup. And that's 2-1 on the count. 87 miles an hour. And the hero of Game 5 was Lane Thomas with a grand slam to left center, 396 feet out. 2-1 in the air. It says shallow right field. Juan Soto's right there. 2 up and 2 away. And as Kwan will stay put. It was actually David Fry who will stay put. Jose Ramirez will sit down. Lane Thomas, trade deadline acquisition from the Washington Nationals. Batting .316 thus far this postseason. It's the type of production that the Guardians wanted out of Thomas when they acquired him. 2 home runs, 9 RBI, and 948 OPS. One of those 2 home runs being that grand slam, as was before mentioned in Game 5 of the NLDS. Called strike 1. It was just to the left of the line, but you can get away with that for a slight bit. By an inch or 2. 1-1 on the count. Go over some more NHL scores as Thomas is pumped and miss up high. It's 1-2 on the count. The Ottawa Senators get an 8-7 victory in overtime in a wild game against the Los Angeles Kings. Goaltending was pretty much optional in this game. The 1-2. Outside, 2-2. Some Yankee fans thought that was in, but they were not happy, as that ended up being to the outside on for the left. Rodon readies up. Here's the 2-2. Oh, that one in and out the glove of Austin Wells. It's going to be a pass ball. Full count. As Fry will move. It was a pass ball. Ooh. Just fanned it off his glove. It was Austin Wells who fanned on it. Hopefully not the same error this time around for the Yankees as they get ready for the payoff pitch. On the way. Swing and a miss. Whistle along, Rodon. The strikeout for the first time in this game. The Guardians have just one hit. That coming off of David Fry. If a base hit to the left, that was all he could do. Gleyber Torres, Juan Soto, Aaron Judge. Next. Aaron Boone has a very stacked batting order, at least on paper. As of late, Juan Soto and Giancarlo Stanton have provided the best of the bats here for the Bronx Bombers. Stanton a 375 batting average, Soto 286. Gleyber Torres lays it off of a first pitch line drive to center for a base hit. A lot of those pitches against the Royals, and with the Yankees, they like that a lot. And Gleyber Torres saw something he liked. And for a big part of the field, winds it up, drives it up through center. Right over the head of the second baseman, Andres Jimenez. So as we look around through this order. So with Alex Cobb here, he threw a first pitch strike on Juan Soto. Cobb was cleared to return for the injured list to start Game 3 at the ALDS, but it was his first outing in more than a month. He gave up 2 runs in 3 innings and a loss, so he has some work to go by. And 0-2, as it was bottom center. Cobb said the Yankees, quote, top to bottom, they're experienced hitters. Obviously, the ballpark itself presents its own challenges, so trying to keep the ball on the ground is big here. Trying to keep the crowd out of it is going to be big. As Soto is practicing his swings, Rodon will be pitching on extra rest after starting Game 2 of the ALDS against KC. He threw 72 pitches, allowing 4 runs and 3 and 2/3 innings with 7 strikeouts. He has not faced the Guardians this season, but was 9-2 with a 3.11 ERA and 14 home starts. In and out. 1-2, as this was downstairs. Brian Rocchio at shortstop. Rodon said that he will aim to better control his emotions after he peaked too early in his Yankees playoff debut. And the Guardians, they want to construct their lineup to beat their starter. The Yankees have announced Rodon as a starter, so Cleveland is countering Kwan, Fry, Ramirez, Thomas. Oh, that's a wild pickoff attempt. No chance for Josh Naylor to successfully tag Gleyber Torres. Why? That was a wild pickoff attempt. That was a very bad throw by Cobb to first base. Thomas, Josh Naylor, Noel, Bo Naylor, Jimenez, Rocchio. And that's a line drive right over Rocchio. Juan Soto at first. Torres at second. Back-to-back base hits for the Bronx Bombers. And now this comes to Aaron Judge, who despite his 58 home runs has the worst batting average on any Yankee on this current roster right now. And Cobb, he made a business decision ducking that batted ball. And Soto praising the man upstairs. 2 on and nobody out. A double play would be nice for Cleveland. A triple play even sweeter. Sinker 94 was just outside at the bottom left corner. Anthony Rizzo was added to the ALCS roster, back at first base and hitting 8th in his first game action since September 28th after he was hit by a pitch on his right hand. Judge turns fouls to left. Volpe's deliberate approach lead to postseason at-bat stats. We can get to that later. So the bullpen we used early and often for Cleveland. This group ended the season with the 4th lowest bullpen ERA by any team since 1995. Even though Cade Smith already pitched in every playoff game this year, expected to be the first man off the pen. Downstairs, Splitter 90. And then from Smith, the Guardians will keep relying on the big 4. Smith, Tim Herron, Hunter Gaddis, and Emmanuel Clase. Wanting a few extra innings elsewhere, they've not been afraid to turn to rookies Andrew Walters and Eric Sabrowski, both of whom debuted in September. The Bombers' bullpen was excellent in the ALDS, spending 15 2/3 innings without permitting an earned run. Luke Weaver saved all of the Yanks' victories over KC, appearing in each and every game. 1-2 pitch. Cold strike free, right on the left wide, the bottom corner. And a big pitch, and Judge's postseason woes continue on. Clay Holmes held the Royals to just 3 hits through 5 innings, and the Yanks have also added Marcus Stroman to the ALCS roster. He worked in a simulated game this week to tune up, and he's going to be utilized as a long reliever. Tyler Freeman strained his oblique during a workout this week and was removed from the ALDS roster. Fouled left from Austin Wells. Wells batting 125 this postseason. They'll expect Freeman to be ready for the ALCS. Nestor Cortez Jr., dealing with a left elbow flexor strain, has been ramping up throwing but has yet to face hitters since his injury. And DJ LeMahieu, for right hip impingement, is also trying to be a playoff option. Left line for Wells. It is 0-2 on the count. Boone noted that LeMahieu has been moving better as of late. Lane Thomas was the hero for the Guardians in Game 5, but it's hard to be higher than Kwan is at the plate right now. He became the third LB player to record at least 3 hits in 3 straight postseason games. 0-2. That may have hit him, or is that a foul ball? You have to look at this one. So Kwan became the third LB player to record at least 3 hits in 3 straight postseason games. And this one might have hit the knob of the bat. Caught him out well to the chest protector as well. The other 2 joining Kwan, 3 hits in 3 straight postseason games. Tim Anderson in 2020, Lou Brock in 1968. That one nearly spiked. 89 on a splitter. 1-2 count. With Stroman and Rizzo on the ALCS roster, has sent down Ben Rice and Duke Ellis to the inactive list. The 1-2. Dealt over on a rolling ground ball, and Wells did not reach. Does move the runners to second and third. It was a very tough play at first base, but a nice pickup by Andres Jimenez. Juan Soto moves to second. Gleyber Torres at third. 1 out. Jazz Chisholm Jr. right after Giancarlo Stanton. It's a very tough play. And over the 8-7 victory by the Sens, Kevin Fiala and Trevor Lewis began the scoring for the Kings. Jimenez has 20 defensive runs saved in the regular season, first in the AL, 19 outs above average, tied for first in the AL. He's a very excellent defender in the infield. Kevin Fiala and Trevor Lewis began the scoring, Fiala on the man advantage. Then Jake Sanderson cut to a thin one on the man advantage for Ottawa. 3 goals in total in the first period. Strike one is down for right center for Stanton, the ex-Marlin. In that second period, it was all sorts of craziness, with 9 combined goals between the two teams. The 0-1. 1-1 now as it was outside bottom right. 7 combined goals, actually. Adrian Kempe on the man advantage for LA, answered by Zach McEwen. Alex Ferrier then. 1-1. 2-1 now. Outside on a splitter that misses at 91 miles an hour. LaFerriere makes it 4-2 Kings. Drake Bauers on the man advantage and Thomas Chabot tied up 2 goals, 19 seconds apart. Kevin Fiala on the man advantage. Nearly a minute afterwards, Giancarlo Stanton, deep left field. Steven Kwan does not get moved, but is deep enough. It's going to score or not. Back-to-back base hits. It's not going to score anyone because a fly out to left by Giancarlo Stanton ends the inning because of the 2 outs. Second inning is next. if you ask Siri that exact question about which team has the most World Series titles, it is the New York Yankees who are playing right now. They're back on defense as Carlos Rodon, he gets Josh Naylor to swing and miss. 27 World Series titles for the Yankees, trying for their 28th in franchise history. That'll put them forehead of the Montreal Canadiens for the most championships by a major North American professional sports league team in history. 0-2 as Josh Naylor swung and missed again. 2 straight times, one on a fastball, another on a slider. So going back to the scoring between the Sens and Kings, Kevin Fiala made it 5-4. 53 seconds after the Chabot goal, that was on the power play for Fiala. He was trying for a hat trick. The 0-2, way off. 89 on the slider was over to the right. McEwen with a blast from the point to tie it up 5-5. A minute and 27 seconds after the Fiala second goal. Wow, big swing and a miss on a slider. Whistle you later, says Carlos Rodon. 26 pitches in for Rodon as one of the fans is cradling him like a baby. Between the Guardians and the Yankees head-to-head, the Yankees, they won 4 of the 6 postseason series. Most recently, in the 2022 ALDS, the Yankees won in Game 5. First pitch, sky to right, but a foul from John Kenzie Noel. In the third period, the chaos continues. LaFerriere scores his second of the game. Now it's answered back by Claude Giroux on the power play. Josh Norris gave the Sens their first lead at the game. 7-6 as Rodon throws it upstairs on a fastball 94. Norris on the man advantage from Bafferson and Brady Tkachuk. Then Tanner Jeannot tied up at 7 apiece with just over 5 minutes to go. A 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. 1-2 count. Norris, with his second of the game in OT, is the overtime winner. 56 seconds in from Drake Bafferson and Tim Stützle. 8-7, the final score there. The other one was the New Jersey Devils and the Utah Hockey Club. 0-2, line to left center, down for a base hit. Short of Aaron Judge, and Noel gets a base runner on board for Cleveland. And Noel gets his first postseason hit, previously 0-for-11. The Devils shut out the Utah Hockey Club 3-0 to hand them their first loss, technically in franchise history. Jake Allen with a 20-save shutout. And Seamus Casey continuing his rise in NHL play, coming over straight from the University of Michigan. First pitch, big swing and a miss. Carlos Rodon right on Bo Naylor. 13 home runs in the regular season with 39 RBI, 614 OPS. 2 goals of the Devils were power play markers. The first from Seamus Casey, Nico Hischier at the assist. Upstairs, 1-1. Stefan Nason from Casey to make it 2-0 in that second period. And Hischier on the man advantage from Jack Hughes and Jesper Bratt for the 3-0 final score. The 1-1 pitch, it is downstairs on a slider, 87. So as for the other games, Lars Eller has the first goal in the history of Monday Night Prime Monday Night Hockey on Amazon Prime in Canada. The 2-1. Big swing and a miss. Upstairs on a fastball at 96 miles an hour from Rodon, as he is looking to continue to find his groove. Eller from Jesse Puljujärvi and Marcus Pettersson for the opening goal for the Penguins at the center bell. 2-2 pitch. And it's a fly ball to right field. Juan Soto's there. He will make the grab. 2 up and 2 away in the second inning. Between the New York Rangers and the Detroit Red Wings, who by the way are underway right now, they're in the second period in Sam Rosen's farewell season. Alexis Lafreniere gets the first goal of the game. He assists from Artemi Panarin and Zach Jones. Dylan Larkin ties it with 2 seconds to go in the first. Justin Hall and Patrick Kane the assists. That's off. Slider 85 that was to the outside of the zone. Other game, They'll be set to go in an hour. The New York Islanders and the Colorado Avalanche. The Buffalo Bills and New York Jets set to play at MetLife Stadium in about 8 minutes. The 1-0. Big swing and a miss. It was downstairs on a fastball at 93 miles an hour. And Rodon did not pitch it. It's a good ball that time around. Came full out some batters. That may actually be a foul tip. 1-1. Jimenez fouls back. It's over at the second or third deck. And the Death Star is charging up. Fans on the pinstripes banging the walls here in support of what could be later. The final out, the 1-2. Got him out! Pumped and missed. Slider 89. And the whistle plays around at the Bronx. But the Yankees going back to their bats. At the bottom of the second, Chisholm, Volpe, and Rizzo. When we return. In 8 days, the NBA will begin playing with the Boston Celtics setting to raise their 18th banner in franchise history when they take on the New York Knicks. A reinvigorated Knicks team now with Mikal Bridges and Karl Anthony Towns to add to Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and the Villanova boys. Well, NFL's hottest commodity in Kansas City, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, are upstairs over at the press box at Yankee Stadium enjoying time together. Well, they get a break for the everyday now. Chiefs on a bye week. And they're together. First pitch ball for Alex Cup on Jazz Chisholm Jr. The sinker 93. Here's the second pitch. Left line on a sinker 94. He went back to that one. Big trade deadline acquisition for the Yanks from the Miami Marlins. And Chisholm did not go. So Chisholm plays third base. And now that he's on the Yankees, the hope is that they can lock him up for the long term. Native of Nassau in the Bahamas. The 2-1. Whoa, that looked to be outside, but it's called strike two. Fans disagree with that. Another former Marlin being Giancarlo Stanton, who came over in 2018. Jazz Chisholm Jr. debuted for the Marlins in 2020. Came over to the Yanks in the middle of this trade deadline. Juan Soto won a World Series with the Washington Nationals. The rookie in 2018. The 2-2. Called strike free. Fit it onto the bottom left corner. And Chisholm will sit down. Cobb could not find the strike zone for some moments. And now he did that time around. And even better for Soto, he'll be turning 26 later this month. How he could be a fixture for this Yankees lineup on a longer term basis. Anthony Volpe, who is up. First pitch, fitted onto the top right corner. Knuckle curve at 84 miles an hour. 688 OPS. The 1. Outside left. 1. So we have 4:11 to go here in the first period between the Penguins and the Canadians. 1-2 as the sinker was outside at the bottom side. 2-1 actually. Tied 1-1 between Detroit and New York at Madison Square Garden. So you got 3 games in New York City at the same time. Bouncing ball fouled to the left, right onto the dugout. It's 2-2 now for Volpe, the sophomore for the Yankees. So not only do you have the Jets, but you not only do you have the Yankees, but you also have the Jets and the Rangers at the same time. Cobb to Volpe on the 2-2. Foul ball that bounced off of Volpe. Oof. Wants to say on the at-bat. And this curveball hit his helmet. Oh. It's alright. He's alright for the most part. Another 2-2. Bouncing ball to third, picked up. And a throw all the way from Ramirez to first base at Josh Naylor. 2 up and 2 away. Now it's Anthony Rizzo making his return to the Yankees for the first time in postseason action. So Rizzo, he fractured his fingers the last time we saw of him back in September to end the regular season. Oswaldo Cabrera and John Birdie split duties at first base in Rizzo's absence. Bottom right on the right line. 35-year-old native of Parkland, Florida. He's a longtime Chicago Cub. Played 130 games with the Yankees in 2022. He played 92 with the Yanks. Won a World Series with the Chicago Cubs in 2016. The team that included Aroldis Chapman, Kyle Schwarber, David Ross, Ben Zobrist, Mike Montgomery, who got the biggest save perhaps in the history of the MLB. Two-one count. Cobb to Rizzo. On the way. Rizzo lines it up. That right field at right center. It's a base hit for Rizzo in his return. Welcome back. Barrels this one onwards. And he is back and in action. Wilson Contreras, also part of that Cubs team. Jorge Soler too. Jason Hayward, Dexter Fowler. Addison Russell. Still scoreless first pitch. It's at top center for Alex Verdugo. And with Rizzo getting his first hit in a while. .214 batting average for Verdugo so far. And that's a 2-out base hit. Rizzo's at first. Verdugo now. 1-1 as the splitter is to the right. Didn't get much at that. But you want to continue with it. Verdugo has had a very up and down season, but he's drawn the ire of many Yankees fans. 2-1 as this was upstairs on a sinker, 93 miles an hour. 2-1 between Pittsburgh and Montreal. Ricard Raquel made it 2-0. The assist from Evgeny Malkin and Michael Bunting. See us go 3-1 as is outside on the bottom left corner. Caden Goulet has made a 1-goal game for Les Canadiens. So, timeout call here by Cobb. As this is Cobb waiting to deliver a 3-1 count. On the way. Line drive to right center. Over the head of Jimenez. Anthony Rizzo on his way to third. He'll reach there. A pair of base hits with 2 outs from the bottom of the order. How about it? Jets have the ball first, by the way, against the Bills. They'll begin with this ball. Aaron Rodgers and company driving on the Bills defense. It's a liner to right center field and Aaron Judge pointing towards that area. Already 4 hits to 2 for the Yankees. Gleyber Torres to go back to the top of the order. They want to stack the order up and down for the lineup for the Yanks. Swung on, bouncing ball. This will not score any runners as Verdugo is punched out just before Anthony Rizzo could score. So the Guardians put away the Yankees on another close call like they did in the first inning. We'll be right back in just a moment. What a third inning. Yankees survived 2 scares in the bottom of the first and second innings. They're now at the plate again as a wild swing and a miss from Brian Rocchio on a fastball at 92 miles an hour from Carlos Rodon. 944 OPS this postseason for him, 375 batting average inserted into this lineup. This one's fouled back on a fastball, 0-2 count. In a tight game between the Pens and Habs. Goalie's goal assisted by Mike Matheson and Nick Suzuki. 1-1 tie game between the Red Wings and the Rangers. And the Jets, they managed a field goal on their opening drive. Greg Zuerlein, 34 yards out. Rodon on the 0-2. Punches out his man. Rocchio trying to get first base. No can do. The whiff is on right there as Austin Wells picks it up. Rocchio wanted to try to get to first base as this was going down right at that. Ball bounced right before Wells was able to field it properly. And because of that, Wells had to throw all the way to Rizzo to make sure that Rocchio was punched out. Steven Kwan. Outside, bottom right. Slider 86 miles an hour. And Rodon issuing 4 strikeouts so far in this game. In the middle of the third inning. Facing his second batter. Right side, slider 86. It's back-to-back sliders for Carlos Rodon, in which he is thrown to Steven Kwan to begin with. Kwan batting .500 this postseason. The hottest batter thus far, not named Fernando Tatis Jr. as Kwan gets this to left field. And Alex Verdugo's there. There's some trash over left field, by the way. It's still rolling. So tomorrow I'm going to have an off day. It'll be game 2 between the Guardians and the Yankees. But Wednesday, I'll be back here for the Los Angeles Dodgers and the New York Mets. Series is tied 1 game apiece. And game 3 will begin at 8 Eastern over at Citi Field in Queens, New York. So it's from one side of New York to the other. It's down the middle. That's a perfect curveball from Rodon. 82 miles an hour. David Fry, 294 batting average. He is on the plate now for Cleveland. Now this one will be fouled back. 0-2 count already. And the Death Star is beginning to sound here. As it is a 2 strike, 2 out count. The 0-2. Did he go? No. He retracted. Just on time. It's 1-2. It was low. 48 pitches so far for Rodon. As Fry, he went low. Did not get all the way of it. 1-2. Got him! At the top right. Almost said bottom right. But top right, Carlos Rodon continues his solid showing. Limiting the Guardians to just 2 hits. He has now issued 5 strikeouts. Heading to the bottom of the third. of the AL and NL pennants this year. As this inning starts with Juan Soto at the bottom, 8 of 12 against Alex Cobb in his career with 2 home runs, a double as well. 0-1 as Soto takes strike 1. The 0-1 is just up downstairs, slightly to the left. Back-to-back base hits to end the second inning for the Yankees, but no runs scored. That was with 2 outs. Anthony Rizzo and Alex Verdugo, that was in and out of Bo Naylor. 2-1 count, same placement for Alex Cobb. Back-to-back sinkers. It's at the same place. Soto readies up. The 2-1. Juan Soto to deep right center field. This is going all the way back, and goodbye! Juan Soto gets this party started at the Bronx. That win will not deter him, even with the 11-foot negativity in terms of the differential at right center from where that wind is going to blow. With the positive factor coming at the left side, had to not stop Soto from airing this one out the entire way. And while Soto is one of the better batters in the MLB, the main problem that Cobb had is that he didn't deliver truly a sinker on Soto. That looked more like a two-seam fastball against Soto, which is one pitch in which he likes. Here's Aaron Judge on the first pitch. Judge fouls back, sinker, 95 miles an hour. And a 2-1 count. Soto crushed it to right center field on what looked to be a two-seam fastball. And he needed that one. Home run to right center, 387 feet out. The 0-1. Judge pounced on it and missed. 0-2 now to count, with Judge going low as it was on the low line. It's a foul tip to the glove, actually. Cobb gets set. He is 45 pitches in. The 0-2. And Judge retracted right on time. He didn't go, they'll check it at first base. They made sure of that. The 1-2 spiked. 84 on this knuckle curve. Now becomes 2-2. He hit that one hard enough for Soto at right center field. One of the most home run friendly ballparks and the MLB. The 2-2. Way off, and after 2 straight strikes, it's now a full count. And Cobb is staring at the danger area. Soto waving to the fans here, greeting them. So 3-2 here. Payoff pitch. Aaron Judge grounded to left. Just a foul ball. And among the most the most hitter-friendly ballparks in the MLB, among the best and worst, American Family Field is 3rd best for home runs. Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati is 4th. Yankee Stadium has the most. It's the best ballpark for home runs, and Aaron Judge will walk 50 pitches into the night for Alex Cobb. Yankee Stadium and Angel Stadium, the 2 most home run friendly ballparks in the MLB. And we will get a mound visit. This will be a visit for injury or illness. Yeah, Cobb suffered through September through some blisters. He is being monitored by Carl Willis, being checked on in the case of any injuries. Globe Life Field, another home run friendly ballpark. Petco Park, another one of them. We continue to monitor every game. So the Guardians, they're already sending out guys to warm up at the bullpen. Well, not right now. The bullpen staff, they're throwing some practice throws right now. The Buffalo Bills, by the way, have taken the lead at MetLife Stadium thanks to Josh Allen on a 1-yard run. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are enjoying it from the press box. The Chiefs are on their bye week, so they're enjoying life right now. Austin Wells is up with Judge at first. Splitter 90 is downstairs. In about half an hour, it'll be the New York Islanders and the Colorado Avalanche at Ball Arena, formerly known as Pepsi Center. The 1-0. Fade out of the bottom right corner on a sinker. 93 miles an hour. And if we want to talk about the celebrity watch at Dodger Stadium, we can also have some celebrity watches at Yankee Stadium as well. Dodger Stadium featured LeBron James, Rob Lowe, among those celebrities. Rob Lowe especially is a huge Dodgers fan. 1-2 on this foul ball. And Lowe was celebrating with Shohei Ohtani, but Ohtani doesn't know who he is from what it seems. The 1-2. Low drive and a miss, and that'll sit down Wells. Got him on the splitter, 88 miles an hour. Lowe came to prominence as a teen idol and a member of the Brat Pack, starring roles in The Outsiders, in which he came to prominence. That was his first prominent role. The Brat Pack consisting of Lowe, Emilio Estevez, who was famous for his roles in the Mighty Ducks movies, Giancarlo Stanton. Ball one, so it's downstairs. No movement from Aaron Judge at first base. Anthony Michael Hall, Andrew McCarthy, Demi Moore, Judd Nelson, Molly Ringwald, and Ali Sheedy among the notables from the Brat Pack. Characterized by the party of members such as Moore, Estevez, Lowe, and Nelson. The 1-0. Downstairs again. And this time, Bo Naylor made sure to catch. 2-0 count. So Lowe, a huge fan of the Dodgers and the Los Angeles Rams. He makes sure to attend every Dodgers home game. Cobb tries to pick off Judge, but Judge gets back safely at first base. Two-0 count here. On the way. Whoa! Nearly hitting Stanton. So the hardest thing for Cobb is that the blisters are alright, but he has to keep up that arm strength as he does. And so far he's having trouble with that as he issues a walk for Giancarlo Stanton. Which will move Judge to second base. So Lowe is indeed a Dodgers fan, so he has a good connection with them. And Hollywood celebrities packed Dodger Stadium witnessing Shohei Ohtani and his playoff heroics. In Game 1, when the Dodgers faced the San Diego Padres. First pitch for Jazz Chisholm Jr. is at right center. Knuckle curve at 83 miles an hour. The Bryant family was in attendance. Vanessa, Natalia, Bianca, and Capri. And this is flipped up to left field. Steven Kwan is right there, standing there. No movement. That'll force Judge back at second base. Got back there safely. 2 up, 2 away. Brad Pitt was part of that crew. Magic Johnson, Sandy Koufax as well. Vanessa Bryant was there. Her love for the Dodgers is well known, and her Instagram profile features countless photos of her and her daughters at Dodger Stadium. She wasn't going to miss Ohtani's playoff debut. First pitch for Anthony Volpe, the sophomore. 95, it is downstairs. Current time is 8:39 p.m. Eastern Time. Game started around 7:38 Eastern Time. The Bryant family having connections to the city of Los Angeles because Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers and his greatness. 1-0 pitch. Just downstairs on a sinker. 93 miles an hour. But not only Vanessa, but also Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade share snapshots of the Dodgers' victory on social media. One thing's for sure, that the Dodgers are going to make it to the World Series. These celebrities will be front and center in the stands cheering them on. 3-0 count. That's what's outside to the right. And Alex Cobb wants to avoid a bases loaded situation. 3 straight balls here on Volpe. 3-0 pitch. Fitted on the right line and a sinker. 94 miles an hour. There's something for Cobb. But he should not get to a bases loaded situation. And that's not exactly a payoff pitch, but it was downstairs. Bases are loaded. Splitter this time. And Stephen Vogt, he's going to come out. And that's going to do it for Cobb. With Anthony Rizzo coming up. He has a hit in his first at-bat. And the first reliever will head on to the mound for the Guardians. Cobb is pulled after allowing 5 hits, issuing 3 walks, 1 earned run, striking out 3. We'll find out who the first reliever is in a moment. Game 1, ALCS here, Yankee Stadium. And we have a first reliever on for Cleveland. So Alex Cobb is out. Joey Cantillo is in. Bases are loaded. Cobb is responsible for all 3 base runners. Aaron Judge at third. Giancarlo Stanton at second. Anthony Volpe at first. Cantillo with a 49 ERA and the regular season having played 9 games thus far. So Cantillo is relieving Cobb. First pitch, spike to the dirt, going up against Anthony Rizzo. The Yankees certainly know that this stadium has a distinct home field advantage to them. Place under review here at MetLife Stadium if they're going to have a touchdown for the Jets. Second pitch towards the dirt, 2-0. Fans love it. So it's 2-1 Penguins at center bell. Lars Eller and Rickard Rakell have the goals for Pittsburgh. Caden Goulet for the Canadiens. Chris Kreider on the power play gets the Rangers back up by 1 from Mika Zibanejad and Artemi Panarin. Whoa! This is a wild ball. Aaron Judge will score! A wild pitch brings home Aaron Judge! Oh my goodness! How bad can this go for the Guardians if they can't punch out Anthony Rizzo? You expect that ball to be over the plate. This time it was spiked towards the plate. And that was a very tough position for Bo Naylor to be at. What in the absolute world? You want to see him block that. And the bases are loaded again. Rizzo goes to first. And by the way, Yuri Slafkovsky has tied it up for Montreal on the man advantage. Nick Suzuki and Mike Matheson have the assists. Bases loaded again. Rizzo takes 4 straight balls. Jazz Chisholm Jr. cheering on that wild pitch. And another mound meeting ensues for Cleveland. So Carl Willis, who is essentially a great pitching coach, he is discussing things over with Cantillo, calming his nerves. And so far, the nerves here at Yankee Stadium, it is definitely not easy. A wild pitch scores in Judge. Anthony Volpe and Giancarlo Stanton move to second and third base respectively. Rizzo's at first now. Bases loaded again. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Nice curveball. It's at bottom center. Right on Alex Verdugo, who has given Yankees fans fits. It's a nice that curveball began with Gleyber Torres. If Verdugo scores in runners, he'll be up. 0-1. Downstairs. Fastball 93. 1-1 count. And Jazz Chisholm wearing a ski mask. It's a big moment here. He's the 1-1. That bottom left. 2-1. Good placement for Cantillo. And it's 1-2. That's a fastball. The same pitch they used on ball 1. Rizzo at first. Volpe at second. Stanton at third. Those are your base runners. 1-2. Oh, that's bouncing off. Is this going to score in Stanton? It will. Oh my goodness. That's back-to-back wild pitches that score runners. Just what in the world is happening? Every runner advances. Another wild pitch by Joey Cantillo. And you'd imagine that this could be the only inning in which he pitches, because this was a dreadful outing. Two, and at times a swing and a miss, a mercy kill for Cantillo. He'll sit down, and a very shaky outing for Joey Cantillo. A big home run by Juan Soto in the third inning. Then after that was wild pitches by Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton to score in. Chung from Joey Cantillo. Fourth inning is next. 3-0 Yankees. They have strike one for Jose Ramirez as he is up now. Every run scored in the third inning. Juan Soto to begin with. Lined up to right center field. Aaron Judge backing up. What a chase down! Aaron Judge! For as good as he does it at the plate, he can do it at the outfield too. It looked like Ramirez got out in front a little bit, but a curvature caused Judge to spark a chase down on the way to the catch at right center field. At left line, 81 the curveball from Carlos Rodon for Lane Thomas. And yes, it is a touchdown from Garrett Wilson. 5 yards out on the catch. Jets regain the lead. 2-2, Penguins and Canadians are tied. Rangers lead 2-1 at the second intermission. Those are your score lines right now. The 1-1, big swing and a miss. The fastball went upstairs and Thomas chased after it. Thomas struck out in his first at-bat, even though he's batting 300. Oh my goodness. Excuse me for Darren Thomas. He's going to strike out for the second time as he went low. Wells mishandled it, and Thomas will sit. Another strikeout for Carlos Rodon. 6 on the night for him. Excuse me if I burped, but that is not polite of me, and I apologize. Wells couldn't field it, and as Thomas saw it, he wanted to go over to first base. It is a strikeout, and Bo Naylor wanted to get some anticipation on his bats. He is on a cold streak. Bottom center, fastball 96, right on Josh Naylor. Not a threat to steal bases, but he's a big power bat. Much like Salvador Perez with the Kansas City Royals. Oh my goodness. That bounced off the dirt and right onto the mask of Austin Wells. He's all right. 1-1 count. Pick one there. Miss it. So 2 up and 2 away. John Kensey Noel on deck. If Naylor reaches. The 1-1. It's a big swing and a miss. Reach out for the fastball. It was outside to the right. The Death Star is active. And the fans are on their feet here at Yankee Stadium. One of the loudest environments in the MLB. Big swing and a miss. Josh Naylor will sit down, and that's the 7th punch out from Carlos Rodon on the night. Gleyber Torres, Juan Soto, Aaron Judge for the 4th inning. Up next. The Yankees have controlled that third inning thanks to Juan Soto. Starting things off a solo shot, and then with the runners on bases, the Yankees scoring on wild pitches by Joey Cantillo. Aaron Judge, followed by Giancarlo Stanton. And Cantillo is still on the mound, throw to the right, wants to bounce back from that horrid third inning. Torres 1 for 2 of an RBI base hit. Do you remember who was right after that? Juan Soto. 1-0. That's to the bottom right on a curveball that was close towards the dirt. Pedro Avila is warming up at the bullpen in the meantime for Cleveland. We want to have someone that can go longer innings for Cleveland in order to progress here. The 2-0. At the top line. Fastball on 90 miles an hour. Which is exactly what Cleveland wanted. And two of those runs in that third inning came on wild pitches by Cantillo. The 2-1. Just shy of the bottom line at 90 miles an hour. So Cantillo barely missed out on his fastball. Shane Bieber lost what he after just 2 starts. To the left. And now to walk Torres. Fastball 90. And guess who's coming up? Juan Soto. The ex-National, ex-Padre. Acquired from San Diego alongside Trent Grisham. Sending Michael King, Kyle Higashioka to San Diego. The other player that was dealt in a trade was used to acquire Dylan Cease. So a very balanced trade between both sides as Soto fouls this one away. So Soto and Grisham to the Yankees back on December 6th of last year. For Michael King, Johnny Brito, Randy Vasquez, Kyle Higashioka, and Drew Thorpe. Thorpe was used to acquire Dylan Cease from the Chicago White Sox. From March 28th to 31st of this season, Soto went 9-17 with a home run, a double, and 4 RBI, collecting outfield assist on opening day by throwing out the tying run at the plate on the penultimate play of the game. Soto was named AL Player of the Week for the first week of the year, collecting his first title since moving from the NL over the winter. 1-1 for Soto. Hit a home run the third, a solo shot, the 1-1. Oh my goodness, that was in and out. And the runner is on the move. The throw is off. Joey Cantillo is basically fighting for his life on the mound. Because this is not a good outing. Gleyber Torres ran to second, and just as it was noticed by Bo Naylor, Brian Rocchio tried to make the tag, but the throw is off. And Torres touched second base anyway, so it's not like it was going to matter. The 2-1. On the bottom right corner. Fastball 93 is not a swing and a miss. It now becomes a 2-2 count. 12 balls, 6 strikes. On the pitch count for Cantillo. Hamstring injury previously for Cantillo with AAA Columbus. Here's the 2-2. In and out. Oh my goodness. Another pass ball. Wild pitches all around. And Gleyber Torres moves to third base as a result. Their scoring is a wild pitch. That's 2 in this sequence. What in the absolute world are we seeing here with Joey Cantillo? You got to sit him down after this one. I don't care what else happens. You got to sit him down after this pitch, no matter the end result. And Juan Soto, who can provide the theatrics in baseball. Not now, because that's a foul ball. But on a full count and nobody out. Now Torres is in a position where Soto can afford to provide a sac fly, base hit, and a home run on his 2 at-bats. Full count pitch, and Soto will walk. And a jog to first for Juan Soto. as he takes over at the Bronx. And he takes off his glove. Stephen Vogt has seen enough. Pitching change. Pedro Avila is likely going to come on. And Cadillo, on a rough outing, he is going to sit down. We'll be right back in a moment. Spike Lee's in attendance here, watching on his hometown Yankees here in New York City at the Bronx. Bottom of the fourth, Yankees leading 3-0 on the Cleveland Guardians. Runners at the corners, Gleyber Torres at third base, Juan Soto at second base with Aaron Judge at the plate. And Pedro Avila is in now. The Montreal Canadiens up 3-2. Emil Henneman continuing his hot roll, starting off for Montreal. This is the first lead for Les Canadiens in this game. Aaron Judge at the plate. First pitch is way off. So Judge walked and ran on his previous appearance, previous two appearances. So he'll continue on here. The 1-0 is downstairs. Curveball 77. It feels like every pitch has to be perfect here if you're Cleveland. Going right down for the middle or anywhere. The 2-0. 3-0. And that one too is downstairs. You have to be very careful. So the Guardians, they carry 12 pitchers. 3 balls and no strikes. So it's a danger area for Avila. Right on Judge. Judge skies this one up to center. It's not deep enough. But it can score in Gleyber Torres here. Torres on his way. It'll be a sac fly to throw to home. It's cut off, and that's 4-0. Everything going the Yankees' way. Juan Soto does not move. And Judge high fives his fellow teammates on the dugout. Now that Judge is sitting down is Austin Wells, the catcher, who is on now. Wells is high, deep at center. That'll be taken care of at center field. No movement from Juan Soto. So 2 up and 2 away. with Wells being put down. Giancarlo Stanton, best batter on the Yankees, entering this ALCS for Juan Soto, came alive with a home run and an RBI base hit. Stanton 0 for 1 for walk and a run. Runner at first is Soto with 2 outs. Jazz Chisholm Jr. on deck. At the bottom line, just barely. Sinker 93. The Yankees are 0 for 6, however, with runners in scoring position. That's despite the 4-0 scoreline. The 0-1. Stanton lines this one up on a fly ball to deep right field. It's over the warning tracks. Giancarlo Noel was right there. He did not need to make a spectacular play, but a sac fly by Aaron Judge brings home Gleyber Torres for a 4-0 lead, headed to the 5th. We will be right back. Opening game of the ALCS. I'm Alec Nava. We're into the 5th inning. Yankees lead 4-0. Juan Soto with a home run to center. As this is sky but foul to right by Giancarlo Noel. Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton scored on wild pitches by Joey Cantillo. And then Judge sacrificed fly to center to score in Gleyber Torres. 0-1. And Noel saw that one go to the right. 1-1 count. The latest pitcher on for Cleveland was Pedro Avila. Carlos Rodon is still going. He is 62 pitches in. Make that 63 on a swing and a miss right down for the middle. On the fastball. It's actually 62, 95 miles an hour is right down for the middle. And Lars Eller has just tied the game for the Pittsburgh Penguins on his former team. His second tonight. 3-3 at Montreal. The 1-2. Low drive and a miss. Wells picks it up and he'll throw all the way to first. Anthony Rizzo was standing there. And another key for Carlos Rodon. His 8th of the night. continuing to attack these hitters. And a beautiful block behind the plate by Austin Wells to prevent any further damage. First ball strike and a swing and miss on a fastball. Bo Naylor has got a lot of power, but it's been a struggle at the plate. Fastball 97. Yeah, that's another fastball that time around from Rodon. Having himself very smoothly and stellarly for the Bronx Bombers, the Pinstripes. Fourth postseason game for Rodon. Second with the Yankees. Long pause by Rodon, now delivers the 0-2. Way off. That's to the right. Fastball at 95 miles an hour. So also on this inactive, also on among the pitching staff of note, Marcus Stroman, who got promoted to the active roster. The 1-2. Ground ball. This reaches Rizzo. He'll put away Bo Naylor. 2 up and 2 away. So Naylor will make the long run to the dugout at the top of the fifth. This fifth inning still going nicely for the Yanks. As they get their next man onto the plate, Andres Jimenez, who has been known as a defensive ace, down the middle on a fastball. No swing from Jimenez, 96 miles an hour. The Bronx Bombers, also known as the Yanks, the Pinstripers, a swing and a miss on a slider, 88. And just as the Death Star notes, as I want to mention about the other nickname, the Evil Empire. They've embraced that nickname with the Death Star sounds over here at Yankee Stadium. Getting ready to get fired up. The 0-2. Big swing and a miss. Jimenez will sit down. And the whistle sound here signifying the strikeout. Rodon with his 9th punch out of the night. A masterclass here of all sorts by Rodon. We'll return in just a moment. we continue onwards with coverage here. Game 1 of the ALCS. I'll have the off day tomorrow, but I'll be back for Game 3 of the NLCS when the Dodgers and Mets go from Dodger Stadium to Citi Field. Series all even up at 1. Jazz Chisholm Jr. takes ball 1 on a curveball. It's 13-10 Bills over the Jets, by the way. Mac Hollins, 8 yards out. Foul to the left. Hollins, 8 yards out from Josh Allen. Tyler Bass missed the extra point attempt. So it is still 13-10 Buffalo. Jets have the ball. They're driving. Jets facing a 3rd and 10 after facing 2nd and 17. The 1-1 pitch. Just to the right of the zone. It is now a 2-1 count. Penguins and Canadians at the second intermission. Eller has the latest goal. It's 3-3 on the tie. Riley Smith gets his first as a Ranger, by the way. Ball free on a change that was way outside. Riley Smith is first as a Ranger to put the Blue Shirts up 3-1. Make his advantage ad set that one up. 3-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Over the left side on the fastball. Jazz Chisholm is 0 for 2. Both times going up against Alex Cobb. Now going up against Pedro Avila. Payoff pitch for Avila. Bouncing ball fouled to right. That time's on a fastball. It is Aaron Boone is said of Chisholm. He is exactly who we wanted at the deadline. Our ideal target. The ESPN feed is frozen, by the way. Another payoff pitch. Line drive. And that is caught underhanded by Andres Jimenez. 1 up and 1 away. Takes care of Jazz Chisholm. And Jimenez, one of the best defenders in the MLB. Beautifully done. And that bounced off the dirt. And just to make sure, threw over to Bo Naylor. For extra measure. Anthony Volpe, bottom line on a changeup. 84 miles an hour. So Smith from Zibanejad. That's the goal. Islanders and Avalanche are tied 1 apiece in the opening 5 minutes of play. The 0-1, big swing and a miss. It was upstairs on the high line. 0-2 count. Callum Ritchie gets his first career NHL goal as a member of the Avalanche. Congratulations! Josh Manson set that one up for Ritchie's first career goal at 1:01 of the game. This one popped up, not in catching range for Bo Naylor. Still an 0-2 count. Anders Lee tied it up. Simon Holmstrom set up. The 0-2. Volpe drives this over to right field. Back at the wall, and this one is caught! John Kenzie Noel, the big man, said no sir to Anthony Volpe. Hope he and Lane Thomas were in the way of that catch. Noel was right there first. Oh my goodness. Great character. Congratulations to Ritchie. Well, it's Anthony Rizzo. Takes strike 1 downstairs. So Rizzo got a hit on his first postseason at-bat this year. Walked on his next one is 1-1 as this one's thrown to the right. So here's Rizzo, delivered to left field. Steven Kwan's right there for the catch. Avila now at 21 pitches. That ends the 5th inning. Throw to 6. Yankees lead 4-0, out-hitting the Guardians 5-2. We will be right back. So as we head to the 6th inning, it is all Yankees thus far, 4-0. The last time it was John Kenzie Noel stopping Anthony Volpe from getting at least a double, as it did not make it all the way beyond the wall. Fastball that was just to the right at 95 miles an hour. So Brian Rocchio back on the mound. 0-for-1 for strikeout as Carlos Rodon is still going. 71 pitches in. It may be realistic he pitches into the 7th. Rocchio fouls back. 1-1 count. Victim of one of Rodon's 9 strikeouts in the 3rd inning. It's a very windy night here at New York, but that's not deterring the Yankees. A swing and a miss here on the changeup. 88 miles an hour. Jets couldn't get anything out their last drive with the 2-minute warning of the first half between the Bills and the Jets. And the Jets had to punt. The 1-2. Spike to the dirt on a slider, 89 miles an hour. A false start on Morgan Moses killed any momentum at that drive for the Jets. Aaron Rodgers strip sacked. He recovered his own fumble by A.J. Epinesa. The 2-2. That is crushed deep to left field. The Cleveland Guardians are back in this. Brian Rocchio gets his revenge on Carlos Rodon. First postseason home run for Rocchio as he has delivered a crush ball to deep left field. He goes around the bags. He is known for the deep ball, and that time he is converted on such. Halfway through the 3rd period between the Rangers and the Red Wings, Rangers still lead 3-1. Penguins and Canadiens tied at 3. They're in the second intermission. Islanders and Avalanche midway through the first. Rodon, top right corner. No swing from Stephen Kwan. And the everyday shortstop capitalizing on that Rocchio. Scott Mayfield credited with the secondary assist. That's a swing and a miss from Kwan. Pins him in an 0-2 hole. 77th pitch from Rodon. Flew out twice. Does not want to fall victim to the 10th strikeout of Carlos Rodon. He won't. But it's a nice pickup by Jose Ramirez as he makes the throw all the way to Josh Naylor. Or rather, that's Jazz Chisholm Jr. throwing all the way to Anthony Rizzo and confused the two teams up. Nice pickup by Chisholm, who threw all the way across to Rizzo. And Rodon still going through 78 pitches. Now going up against David Fry. Jose Ramirez on deck. Check swing at first. He is safe. That's a changeup at 85 miles an hour. 1 for 2. Had a base hit. Pedro Avila, a long reliever here for Cleveland. Took that one to the right side. Fastball, 95, right between Fry and the right line. Fastballs have been the norm here for the Yankees. So basically, what Tariq Skubal did for the Tigers in that ALCS series. 3-0, another fastball. That's been the go-to for Carlos Rodon. David Fry, followed by Jose Ramirez. And if anyone reaches, Lane Thomas. 3-0 count. Down for the middle on the fastball, 95 miles an hour. See if Rodon can get through the rest of this 6th inning. And then it will be the bullpen from here on out. Quay Holmes is warming up in the meantime at that bullpen. So 3-1 count. Foul back. A big swing there. Brian Rocchio. A very talented young shortstop for Cleveland. Delivered a home run for Cleveland. Game 1 of this championship series. David Fry on the payout pitch. High fly ball to right field. But standing there is Juan Soto. No harm done. 2 up and 2 away. And while the pitch was a little bit in, it's more middle. As that one skied over to left field. This stadium is a home run hitter's ballpark. And Aaron Judge hit 58 of such. On the year this year, Jose Ramirez called strike 1. It's a changeup, 87 miles an hour. Well, Cleveland may not like that one. And if I was a Cleveland fan, I would not like it as well. The 0-1. This is foul back. And now here come the Death Star noises. Carlos Rodon on its way to the finish line, as Brian Anderson noted on the TBS broadcast. The 0-2. This one foul to the left. Jazz Chisholm picked it up. 0-2 count still. 87 pitches in for Rodon. Thomas on deck. If we have a reach. Rodon gets ready, now delivers. Oh, spike to the dirt. Another slider. Good block by Wells. It is 1-2 on the count. Again a slider, 89. Same location as that third pitch of the sequence. 88 pitches in for Rodon. The 1-2. This 1-2 is fouled back. It's on a foul ball, 97 miles an hour. He's battling Rodon all the way to the very end. Now here's the 1-2. Misses that one. is to the left, downstairs, 2-2. That time's a changeup. So 2 changeups in this at-bat. The first one and this latest one. The 2-2. That 2 is downstairs. Once again, it's a changeup. Now it's a full count. A little bit of uneasiness as there was an 0-2 count. Now all of a sudden it's a full count. And Rodon, can he deliver on pitch number 92? On the way. Ramirez, broken bat. It's a foul ball to left. So Jose Ramirez will get a new bat. Just straight up slash that one. The fastball inside. And oh, that bat was broken right in an instant. Ouch. That bat had a family. That bat had a family. What's the lumber on it? And now Ramirez getting set for the 9th pitch of this at-bat. Another payout pitch. Line drive to left. At left center, all the way back, and chasing down was Aaron Judge. Oh my! He did it once at right center. Now he does it at left center. Judge has done it all. Yankees lead 4-1, headed to the bottom of the 6th. Now we go over to the bottom of the 6th at the Yankees. Immediately it's a 1-0 count for Alex Verdugo. The bottom of the order for the Bronx Bombers. Late scores of Brian Rocchio, home run to left field, 378 feet. Juan Soto opened the scoring of a 4-1 feeder, home run to center, 1-1 count. It's lined up to the right on a fastball. The 1-1 upstairs. 92 on the fastball. Verdugo can carry that. And the Buffalo Bills find pay there again. Josh Allen to Dawson Knox. 12 yards out for the score. With 21 seconds to go in the first half. The 2-1. Ouchies. Verdugo fouled it off himself. That stung his foot. Oh my goodness. And Tyler Bass made the extra point. But that was very harsh and painful. Went off his foot. Ouch. Oof. Certainly did not look good there. It is set to hit the upper 40s tonight in New York. Yeah, that foot may be twisted. Oh, ouch. Verdugo chatting with the coaches. See if he can continue on. And if Verdugo gets a hit, I would figure that a pinch hitter or a pinch runner would come in his place. Hassan Dominguez and Trent Grisham are on board as reserve outfielders. The 2-2. In and out with the glove of Bo Naylor. Now it's a full count. It's a changeup that time around from Pedro Avila. Game 1 of this ALCS. But what is to come of Verdugo? Does he stay in this game? Or does Grisham sub in for him? In that case, full count throw. He'll sit down on a swing and miss. The changeup. That time for Avila. 27 pitches in. And the first strikeout for Avila. The circle changeup has worked. That faked out Verdugo. Gleyber Torres walked on his last at-bat. Base hit on his first one. Fielder's choice in the second inning. Ball 1 is downstairs on a slider. .235 batting average this postseason for Torres. So far. 1-0. That's lined up to the left side of the strike zone for a 1-1 count. Coming up huge here, and that is strike 2 on the right side. 1-2 count already. That time is a changeup. Just worked well for Avila. 30 pitches in. The ESPN side is showing a 2-1 count. TBS is showing a 1-2 count. So it's very conflicting reports. The 1-2. Fly ball to right center. Stepping up is Lane Thomas. Didn't have to move much. And he's right there. 2 up and 2 away. Now it's Juan Soto. Clay Holmes warming up in the meantime. He is the first setup man coming out the bullpen. And the Guardians are going to counter with Eric Sabrowski. Stephen Vogt tells Avila, good job, man. Next one's coming up. And that's the case. Sabrowski's coming in for the last out of the 6th inning. We'll be back. U.S. men's national team takes on the Mexican national team tomorrow at 9:30 Eastern. And these two going up against each other, North American rivals. Eric Zabrowski, 2 games this postseason, 1 2/3 innings pitched, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, has not allowed a hitter. So Zabrowski, taking his first taste of postseason action, the Edmonton native, at 26 years old. First taste of postseason action. On the bottom right side, for the first pitch strike. Zabrowski began the 2024 year with Akron. Was promoted to AAA Columbus in May. And the 0-1 is at the right line on a slider at 88. And 36 appearances split between the two affiliates. 8-3. 3.51 ERA with 79 strikeouts over 48 2/3 innings pitched. He was selected to 40-man roster, promoted to the major leagues for the first time on August 28th this year. Its MLB debut was on September 4th, striking out the first batter he faced and pitching 1 1/3 innings in relief for Cleveland, allowing 1 hit and strike out 2. Foul ball left. Zabrowski also became the 5th player from Edmonton to appear in the major leagues as well. The 0-2 upstairs. And just like that, 52 yards out, Alan Lazard makes this interesting. Lazard from Rogers, and the Jets are within 1 score, 3 points, 1-2. Big swing and a miss. Juan Soto is struck out to end the 6th inning. And that will get us a stretch heading into the 7th. Zabrowski strikes out Soto. We will get Lane Thomas up first to start the 7th. It's not a no-hitter for Carlos Rodon, but he has done his job and well. 9 strikeouts in this game, setting up Quay Holmes in good position to take over as the first setup man. Here he is. He delivers the first pitch, and that's outside to the left on a sinker. And so far, starting off of that, 3 hits allowed, 1 run allowed. That being the Brian Rockhill home run. 9 strikeouts. Bouncing ball, it's going to reach second. And the throw to first is in time. Out number 1 to start things off. Gleyber Torres and Anthony Rizzo put away Lane Thomas. Josh Naylor, followed by John Kenzie Noel. Holmes is 3-5, 3.14 ERA in the regular season. The postseason on 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 walk, and struck out 3. So non-save situations, Holmes has been better as this one was spiked on a sinker, 96 miles an hour. The New York Rangers get the win over the Detroit Red Wings. 4-1 the final score. The 1-0. That one fouled off of Naylor himself. So the bullpen got a little shaky. In the meantime, and now the Yankees have an excellent bullpen again. Kevin Hayes is taking the lead for the Penguins. They go up 4-3 through the 3rd inning. This one, downstairs, did he go? No. 2-1, the count. So another Hail Mary touchdown for Rogers, 52 yards. The 2-1. Fly ball center field, stepping up as Judge. Johnny on the spot. 2 up and 2 away. And Emmanuel Quase, for as elite as he is, Kyle Manzardo now in. He is the pinch hitter. And we have a mound meeting initiated. Quay Holmes is not going to get pulled. So a mound meeting initiated by the pitching coach, Matt Blake. If it's Matt Blake, that means just a ward. If it's Aaron Boone, that means you're done. So Manzardo is up now. To the Yankees, they have scored 3 runs in that 3rd inning, another in the 4th. 2 of them came on wild pitches. Manzardo fouls this left. Now this one, that's below side. 0-2 count. Plays right field and at DH spot. So Manzardo being the pinch hitter, taking the place of John Kenzie Noel. So Noel plays right field. And we're 1-1. Sky to the left, but it's fouled. Manzardo also plays infield. Typically at that first base area. Grew up in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Will Brennan is the reserve outfielder. The 1-2. Oh my goodness, that nearly hits Manzardo. It almost took away his ankles as well. Don't do that. It is 2-2 on the count. 4-3. Hayes from Noel Chari and Eric Carlson was the goal. So for the Red Wings and the Rangers, that last goal coming from the Rangers, that covered Mika Zibanejad onto the empty net, assisted by Artemi Panarin and Jacob Trouba. The 2-2. Manzardo fouls this one to left. It's not in the field of play. Between the Islanders and Avalanche, it is Kyle Palmieri. in the final minutes of the first period. Two balls, two strikes. It's the delivery. Line drive foul to right. That was a bullet. The Paul Marius delays goal for the Islanders. And 5-3 Penguins. Chris Letang with the goal. His second of the year. And that puts Pittsburgh up by 2. We'll do this one all over again. Another 2-2. Yet again, it's fouled as a fastball at 98 miles an hour. He's in swing mode all throughout, and he is not letting up at the bat. So a backdoor breaking ball would be there every so often. Fastball topping out at 99 miles an hour. Yet another 2-2. He'll sit down. Went at a low drive, and he missed at it. On the way to the bottom of the 7th, Quay Holmes does the job, and the bullpen continues to not allow a single run. Yankees at the plate when we come back. New York, New York. Game 1 of this ALCS at Yankee Stadium. The ballpark at Derek Jeter, Mariano Rivera, and Jorge Posada made famous in the 2000s in the Evil Empire years. Oh, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce in attendance. They're over at the press box, enjoying their time while the Kansas City Chiefs are on bye. In the meantime, the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. Bills leading 20-17 at halftime. And the Bills going up by 2 scores or so. They fought with 21 seconds left because Aaron Rodgers threw his 4th career Hail Mary pass. And it's first since the Green Bay Packers defeated the New York Giants in the wild card round. He threw that one to Randall Cobb. This one went to Alan Lazard. The other two to Richard Rodgers and Jeff Janis. First one in the Miracle in Motown. The other one in the divisional round game against the Arizona Cardinals, which to this day stands as Carson Palmer's only NFL playoff win of his career. Aaron Judge getting set to take the plate. He, Austin Wells, and Giancarlo Stanton have combined for 0-6. At the plate, Daniel Schneemann fills in at right field in the place of John Kenzie Noel, as Kyle Manzardo was the pinch hitter. Manzardo is an infielder. Schneemann fills in at right field. So Judge will be up at the plate. Had one strikeout, a walk, and a sac fly to center to score Gleyber Torres. A run, an RBI, and a walk. So, Sabrowski is back on. The native of Edmonton, Alberta. He is back in. So Judge, the home run batting champion in the AL, back here. First pitch, and Judge winds this over to right field. Daniel Schneemann, underhanded. Wow! First play with him inserted onto right field. Schneemann steps up and makes an underhanded grab, sliding to rob Aaron Judge. Sinking hard, he comes into the game and he makes a brilliant defensive play, underhanded, and settling into this, and the Judge thought he had one, but no. And that was a perfectly placed ball as well. Austin Wells takes strike one at the bottom right. Flew out in his last at-bat. 0 for 3 for Wells. The 0-1. That's to the left. And I'll be sure that Carlos Rodon will acknowledge the efforts of Juan Soto and Aaron Judge in this game. These two superstars. Not to mention about Giancarlo Stanton. 0-2. And leaning back was Wells. Get out the way at that pitch. He sure knows what he's doing. Up and throughout. Buffalo ball to begin the second half. They're driving right on the Jets defense. The 1-2. High fly ball. Is this in the line of sight? No, it's not. Big bats on the way. 3:39 to go. The Penguins wanting to run out the rest of this clock. Matt Grzelcyk with his first point as a Penguin. Evgeny Malkin with 6 assists on the year for the Pens. The 1-2 again. Did he go? Check swing at third. He did not. 2-2 now for Wells. Grounded out, struck out, and flew out. 4-1 Yankees lead. Ball at the 7, 2-2. On the way, big caught it on miss. It was a slider at 87 miles an hour. There's a couple Ks now for Sabrowski as he is now retired. 2 batters by means of strikeout. It was low and a tough place for Wells to fit. Now going up against Giancarlo Stanton, who is 0 for 2 this far. Wells is 0 for 3. 0 for 4. This one fouled back on a fastball. So Stanton walked. He put up a run in this game. Islanders up 2-1 at the first intermission. The 0-1. Giancarlo Stanton drives into deep left field. So long. Flying his way to the bullpen. The Yankees go up 5-1. Giancarlo Stanton's electric postseason continues. With 2 outs in the 7th inning, he has delivered again. The main objective for the Guardians is to shut down the noise from the Yankees at the home dugout and with the power at the bats that they provide. But that obviously has not happened. Juan Soto and Giancarlo Stanton, right now they are the co-favorites to be World Series MVPs if the Yankees make it in. Jazz Chisholm Jr. 0 for 3. And third time it's a charm. It was shy of the first deck, but right into the bullpen. The 0-1, just to the right on the slider. But Stanton has set this place on fire. There are no particular gaps thus far in Stanton's game. Continuing to go nicely. Oh, Chisholm chased one. That was way too high for him. But a big bat. A center cut for Stanton to deliver this all the way to deep left field, officially 439 feet to left center. The 1-2 upstairs on a fastball, 94 miles an hour. 2-2 count. The 2-2 foul to right on a bouncing ball. It is a slider. And Eli Morgan is warming up at the bullpen for Cleveland. Just as everything is starting to click, for a little momentum, the Yankees are striking back with precision. 2-2. And Chisholm will sit down. Went after on a slider, 88 miles an hour. And I will sit him down. Giancarlo Stanton has done it again. Yankees lead 5-1. Headed to the 8th. with Evgeny Malkin scoring an empty netter for the Pittsburgh Penguins. He is one goal away from career goal number 500. His first goal of the year. He already has 2 assists on this game. Another change here for the Guardians as they get another pinch hitter. Austin Hedges in the place of Bo Naylor. As Tim Hill was in, it's at the left side. 1-1 count. Hedges not a good batter, but Bo Naylor has not hit at all this postseason. Hill 4-0, 3.36 ERA. Sidearm. Hedges, fly ball right field. And Juan Soto eases his way over and makes the catch to put away Hedges. Andres Jimenez, the next one up. And Tyler Bass missed a 47-yard field goal wide right, the 2 most dreaded wards around Buffalo. Yankees bullpen stepping up. Grounded right between short and third. It's a base hit. So Jimenez is on board for the Guardians. Getting a hit for them. They're 4th at this game. It's a base hit, and here's Brian Rocchio. Hit the home run to left field, 378 feet at that side. Tim Hill. And a home run back in the 6th. Penguins win 6-3 over the Canadiens. Montreal did give the Penguins fits. This is grounded right by the glove of Rizzo. It's a base hit. The ball is still rolling. Jimenez still. And it's not throw. Hill is right there. Oh my goodness. That's fielder's interference. Aaron Boone wants to deliberate. Rocchio wasn't going to second base. It was backtracking onto first. And Aaron Boone wants to challenge this. He wants to make sure that he wants to make sure that Rocchio is tagged out. All 6 umpires are going together to review this. This went off of Rizzo's glove. And Rocchio got in the way. But that's a good eye. That Hill was in the way of Rocchio. Rocchio was on the way to second base before everything impacted his trajectory. So he would have been out of attack by Hill if Hill was not in the way, but this is not reviewable. And Aaron Boone is irate. They'll send Rocchio to second base because of a fielder's interference. So the instruction on Tim Hill. And that's after the fact. And the throwback, the tag was right there, but this was a fielder's interference. The play before was when Rocchio was trying to get over to second base. And Hill was in the way. So for this moment, Rocchio is going to second base. And Hill went into him on purpose. So Rocchio reached on infield base at the first. So Rocchio then safe on a fielder's interference. And that is scored as the first error of this game. And if you can make out the chant here from Yankees fans, the hint here says something to do with butts. Out the right side. And Luke Weaver warming up in the meantime as Hill. Sidearm. Fastball foul. What? And a very questionable roughing the passer call On the right line, sinker 91, and Stephen Kwan now facing a 1-2 count. The 1-2. Kwan fouls this one. Fastball 91. So a double play is out the equation unless if you can throw quickly a 4-3-9. A 4-3-2 double play. 1-2 pitch. This is opposite field past the third baseman. It's a base hit. And the bases are loaded. 12 hit of the postseason. For Brian Rocchio's an RBI base hit, and the Guardians are within 3. Stephen Kwan, base hit to left. Andres Jimenez in. The third base coach signaling stop. A very questionable roughing the passer call at MetLife. The Jets facing 3rd and 2, and Tim Hill pulled. Allows an RBI by Kwan. Luke Weaver in charge of the final 5 outs. We'll be back. Luke Weaver vying for a 5-out save here. Tim Hill in charge of the runners of the corners. As both Stephen Kwan at first, Brian Rocchio at third. Weaver with 4 saves so far in this postseason, .289 ERA. How are we doing, Ian? Good to have you on board.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm joining late, but some things, but I was busy, and I'm here now. I'm actually still working, but I'm in a position where I can watch the game. For a while there, it didn't look like there was much to watch. But we got something interesting.
Now we have a swing and a miss from Will Brennan, who was pinch hitting from David Fry. 0-2 count, and Luke Weaver in for the 5-out save. So I was following along with the NHL right now. 6 games, and one of those games that stood out, an 8-7 overtime victory by the Ottawa Senators over the Los Angeles Kings. More on this later as the 0-2 is on the way. Low drive and a miss. Brennan's going to sit down. A changeup. That Trevor Hoffman pitch. 2 outs. So yeah, that 8-7 overtime game was the definition of pure chaos in the National Hockey League.
And it's also the definition of absolutely no defense.
No goaltending at all.
No defense, no goaltending.
Just full go on firing at the net, especially for Josh Norris.
Oh, yeah.
Jose Ramirez can use a big swing here. Not that time around. The fastball 96. They may score this as a ball. I thought it was going to be a foul ball, but Ramirez did not have it go off his bat. Waivers pickoff attempt. Unsuccessful. So everyone's still on board. Rockio at third. He delivered the first run of this game on his solo shot to left in the 6th inning. Steven Kwan's RBI bases scored in Andres Jimenez here in this 8th inning. The 1-0. Bouncing ball. This will go over, picked up. And a toss right on time between Gleyber Torres and Anthony Rizzo as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Yankees leading 5-2.
That was their best chance. You know, that was their best shot to get one more run, close the gap. You know, I think now they just need to look forward to game 2. Wow. The Yankees making the World Series. I really don't want that to happen.
It does reek evil empire energy.
Yeah. Yankees fans are already insufferable even when they haven't won anything. Can you imagine how they're going to be if they actually win something?
Well, it's going to be like Celtics fans this summer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
You know, I actually forgot the Celtics won. I still thought that they were searching for their first title since 2008.
You know, it's easy to forget that this year's NBA Finals because it got overshadowed by the Stanley Cup Final that was the definition of chaos.
Yes. Glorious chaos.
Oh. Funnily enough, for the 2 Stanley Cup Finals from last year, that the Panthers, they were without Alexander Barkov and Matthew Tkachuk. They lost to the Sabres, but they've continued to say they continue to beat the Boston Bruins in their own game. That being, you have Brad Marchand on one end. Now imagine a team full of Brad Marchands. That being the Florida Panthers.
Yep. I'll tell you, this whew.
What are you about to say?
Sorry, Alec, did you see that Aaron Rodgers threw another Hail Mary?
We just watch in awe. Well, I'm just watching in awe, and at the same time, I also want to vomit at the same time.
Oh my God, why?
Yeah, because it's Aaron Rodgers. We know how he is as a person. It's tied 20-all at MetLife. I don't know which game New Yorkers are paying attention to between the Yankees game, the Jets game, or hell, even the Rangers game. That one's over, though. As the Rangers, they won 4-1. New York teams are trying to go free for free tonight. Game 2 is tomorrow, but I am likely going to take the day off tomorrow. I will return for Game 3 of the Dodgers and the Mets as they shift the series to Citi Field. All ones outside. Fastball 97 with sophomore shortstop Anthony Volpe at the plate. Islanders, by the way, are up 2-1 on the Avalanche. Big swing and a miss on a fastball. So, when I speak of New York teams going 3-0, I always talk about New York teams in the New York City area, playing in the New York City area. The Islanders, on the other hand, they're playing in Colorado, and they're based at Long Island. Volpe fouls back on a fastball, but currently the Islanders are up 2-1 on the Colorado Avalanche. Anders Lee and Kyle Palmieri have the two Islanders goals. The lone Avs goal, his first of his career, from Callum Ritchie. Upstairs on a slider, 85 on that 1-2. Now it becomes a 2-2 count. Bottom of the eighth. Luke Weaver's 5 pitches into his night, tasked with the 5-out save. Bullpen has been so good. Punched out. Volpe will sit down as he was on the left line. Perfect placement for the new reliever for Cleveland, Andrew Walters. And because they were trailing, they're not in a position where they are going to use their high leverage relievers. So, in that case, they can't use Hunter Gaddis in that regard. Tim Herron, those are the two setup men for the All-Star Emmanuel Croisset. On the right, fastball 96 at that line. 0-1 count for Anthony Rizzo, who made his return today. He was not on the Yankees roster because he injured his hand at the end of the regular season. That was at the ALDS series against the Royals. He was not on the roster, so Oswaldo Cabrera and John Birdie exchanged spots at first base, though they are usually utility players. 1-1. Sends one into right field. That sends Schneemann all the way back. And the catch is made. It's not deep enough. A very aggressive swing for Anthony Rizzo. And he will sit down. Alex Verdugo. Perhaps his last plate appearance of this night, barring anything from the Guardians in the ninth. So it's 20-all between Buffalo and New York. And that field goal marred by a very questionable roughing the passer call on AJ Epinesa. First pitch is downstairs, right towards Verdugo downstairs, below the low line. 1-0. Juan Soto's 2 of 3. He's been the Yankees' best batter tonight. Just to the right, fastball 96. Soto's home run in this third inning started things off. 2 of the Yankees' runs were scored on wild pitches by Joey Cantillo. 2-0. Make it 3-0 as his 3 straight fastballs thrown outside the zone. Can be implied that Walters does not want Verdugo to swing at it. 3-0 pitch. That's a walk. It's downstairs. Just barely, and Verdugo goes to first. Puts Gleyber Torres back on the plate. And for as dangerous as the Yankees are, you'd figure that Judge would be a factor into this. But his playoff track record has been rather murky. And this year's no different. In fact, the 2 best batters on the Yankees thus far in this postseason are Juan Soto and Giancarlo Stanton. Soto's no surprise, but Stanton, given that he has not had a batting average of above 250 in 3 years, is a pleasant surprise for the Bronx Bombers.
Well, Giancarlo has always been one of the... He has always been freakishly strong. I mean, it's... You know, he did get busted for PEDs, but that was a long time ago. And he is still outstandingly strong. I can't even... And actually, if you just look at the guy, the way he stands, he doesn't even stand in a stance all that much. Because, oh man.
Unorthodox stance.
I mean, I don't even know if you can even call it a stance. He just stands there and hits the ball.
Just to rake that ball endlessly. And he's doing it to a .368 batting average this postseason. So that's going nicely for him. Big swing and a miss for Torres. So 2-2. So one more strike, and that will bring us to the top of the ninth, where the Guardians have 3 more chances to take the lead. 2 outs on a 2-2 count, bottom of the 8th. Foul back. Torres will stay alive. He debuted in 2018 with the Bronx Bombers. Yeah, that 1 year in which the Yankees, they lost 16-1 to the Boston Red Sox. In that ALDS, the Red Sox went on to win the World Series that year with Mookie Betts and Chris Sale. 2-2 again. That spike to the dirt. That moves the base runners. A brutal time. And another wild pitch. Verdugo headed to second on that wild pitch. Something we have not seen since the 3rd inning when Joey Cantillo had issues with control. And a pass ball to go for as well. And assume that Cantillo would have the loss against him. I would believe. Walters looks to second. Payoff pitch. Popped up. Fouled onto the plate to the right. Not in the line. So he will go again. Juan Soto on deck for your 2. World Series champion with the Washington Nationals 5 years ago. And it's strange to believe that it was 5 years ago which Soto won a World Series with the Nats. Payoff pitch again. As a shot ground ball to first and picked up and delivered by Josh Naylor. That retires Torres. On to the 9th. Lane Thomas, Josh Naylor, Daniel Schneemann. Will any of them deliver for the Guardians? Or will the Yankees close this one out? Find out. So it's now 3-1 Islanders at Colorado. Brock Nelson, the most underrated player in the NHL, has delivered the 3-1 goal. And I'm so thankful that the Penguins got the win today, because normally the Montreal Canadiens are a team that gives us fits. And while they did give us fits, it was a much-earned victory on a huge 3rd period. Kevin Hayes have a big goal that stood as the game winner. His 2nd year, Noah Chari and Erik Karlsson with the Apples. If you want to see that Brock Nelson highlight, I believe he has a disgusting goal. So keep. There was a bouncing puck. Ooh, he toe dragged one of the Avalanche defenders. Oh, that was filthy smooth. Just leave this out here for the Jumbotron. It is because that was smooth. When the Jets are driving, they're in field goal range and in the red zone. So the Jets are putting on a sustained drive. Buffalo's defense is basically exhausted. Josh Allen, or as good as he is getting worn down by that Jets defense for the most part. Ray Davis, 77 yards on the night. Breece Hall, now 102 yards. Garrett Wilson, 107 receiving yards. So there might be an idea of how last year could have gone had it not been for Rodgers getting hurt on the 4th play of the game. But we don't know exactly how that would go. Yeah, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce in attendance at Yankee Stadium. It's made her time nicely.
Yep, Travis Kelce. He's there. He's there as a representative for Cleveland.
Oh. Well.
Because after all, that's where he's originally from.
He and Jason originating from the state of Ohio.
Yep.
Yes, downstairs, more specifically, Westlake, Ohio, in Cuyahoga County. Yeah, Travis went to the U of Cincinnati, nonetheless. 2 balls, no strikes for Weaver. And Thomas grounded out his last at-bat. Previously, the trade deadline acquisition for the Guardians. And a touchdown for the Jets was called off because of a hold on Tyron Smith. 3-0 for Weaver. Low danger area, as he's going up against Thomas. Braylon and Allen looked to have scored, but no can do. Top of the 9th. Pitch clock down to 1. Weaver delivers. And wow, that was called a strike. It was upstairs, and it didn't look to be a strike. Weaver got a very friendly call.
Let's see where this is. I'm behind you. Let's see. Wow. Really? I mean, you know what? I'm not surprised. Because if this is the same crew that did the Royals and Yankees series, Cleveland's going to get screwed.
Oh, so, and then we have a walk with Lane Thomas going to first base. So not like it mattered on that part. So Thomas is on board at first base. Josh Naylor can bring this to within 1. He is 0 for 3, however. Flew out in the last at-bat. First pitch, a swing and a miss on a changeup. 88 miles an hour. So the crew in that Royal series had Mark Carlson as the crew chief. Here, in the ALCS, the crew chief is Dan Iasonia. So it's not the same crew.
All right.
Yep. That was a foul ball as Naylor showed bunt.
I don't necessarily think that was a bunt.
I
think he was going to swing and tried to hold up at the last second.
Yeah, now that I look back at it, yeah, that was my mistake. Yeah, he swung it in and fouled. Low drive and a miss, and Spike Lee is loving it. There's 1. Yankees need 2 more. Yeah, that was a low one, and Naylor went after a ball he should not have went after. They got Daniel Schneemann in his first plate appearance of this game. He can deliver if everything falls together. First pitch is downstairs on a changeup. 89 miles an hour. So most closers are power pitchers. Luke Weaver is more of a slider type pitcher and more of a changeup man. 1-0 pitch. That's to the right. Another changeup. It's 2-0. In most circumstances that would connect, as was the case with Trevor Hoffman. His favorite pitch, and Brock Nelson has done it again. This time it's a shorty. 4-1 Islanders at Colorado. The 2-0. 3-0 as that one's to the right. Dangerous waters here for Weaver, looking to get that 5-out save. And Austin Hedges is on deck.
This is how Schneemann needs to take the walk here.
Oh my goodness. Greg Zerline doinked the upright as we have strike one at the top center. 3-1. Zerline doinked the left upright.
Oh my gosh.
3-1 count here. Big swing and a miss for Schneemann. Big time confidence here for Weaver. To the changeup, it's worked. Weaver likes to go to that changeup. Tying run is on deck if Schneemann reaches. And that is with Austin Hedges. Barring a double play, that is. Full count here. Weaver is getting set. Payoff pitch. Foul ball right. Not Anthony Rizzo, but that's Oswaldo Cabrera. He sees it. That's in foul territory. Cabrera is utilized at third space. He is a utility player. He has been deployed all around the infield. At first base, second base, shortstop, and third base. Even at the outfield as well. Primarily, he's playing first base, even though his position of strength is at third base. Another payoff pitch. Schneemann punches out. Back-to-back Ks for Luke Weaver, and the Yankees are 1 out away from taking game 1. Yeah, Oswaldo Cabrera has also played left field and right field, but not center field. He has also not played catcher. Take strike one. Very friendly call. It was to the left of the zone for Austin Hedges. Flew out on his first at bat, but needs a clutch hit. Hedges ready. 0-1. A swing and a miss. On the fastball was down for the middle. Weaver's going fastball on Hedges, who has not been a good hitter throughout his career. He's more of a defensive option.
Yep.
As a Pirates fan, I can relate that as Hedges fouls this one. It's over at the right side of the field. The play's not there as Oswaldo Cabrera sees his one go over to the stands. So Weaver will go again for another 0-2. Andres Jimenez is on deck. That is the tying run. Weaver has pitched in all 4 games for the Yanks in that ALDS. This is another save opportunity for him. Can end it here. With another 0-2 on the way. And that's the ball game. Hedges swung and missed on the low side. Weaver gets 3 strikeouts in the ninth to end game 1 with a 5-2 Yankee victory.
Yep. As soon I knew from the outset when the Yankees loaded the bases twice in consecutive or even the same inning, yeah, it was quite obvious who had it. I mean, although I'll tell you this, if the Guardians don't win one game, Royals fans are going to have a lot to say. Because, for basically the entire postseason, we were told, that we were there simply because we beat up on the worst team a bunch of times. We actually won a game at Yankee Stadium. The Guardians, they better get it together, because if they don't, they will get swept. And I mean that. I watched my team play that team. The Guardians have very, very obvious flaws. And it shows.
Yeah, the one big difference here, for all the talk about the Royals this, Royals that, beating up on the White Sox this, the Guardians, they lost to that White Sox team 5 times this postseason. The flaws are also there, and for as good as they are bullpen-wise, there are gaps in this lineup. Yeah, Guardians fans standing there, shocked, while the Yankees have New York teams improved to 2-0 thus far on the night for New York teams playing tonight at the New York City area and the Big Apple. What they need to wait on is the Jets in their game against the Buffalo Bills. They'll continue on for the night, but as we end Game 1 here in the ALCS, the Guardians, they have to get back on track and correct their errors heading into Game 2. Yes, Steven Kwan may be hot right now, but what happens to the rest of the lineup? Jose Ramirez is cold this postseason. Same thing for Josh Naylor. Bo Naylor has not had a hit this entire postseason. And John Kensey Noel just got his first hit this postseason. There are a lot of things that needs to be fixed for Cleveland. They want to progress further. They survived a grits duel with the Detroit Tigers, which could be a little bit of a pain in the butt when you have to go up against a Yankees team that's power bats all the way through the lineup.
Yeah.
So as we wrap this one up, any final comments to say here, Ian?
Nah, man. I mean, tomorrow it's Game 2, but I'm gonna be focused on the Blues going up against the hang on.
The Wild.
The Wild, yeah. Apparently, thankfully it's on ESPN, so blackout restrictions should not apply. I should be able to watch that game.
Yeah, you should be good. ESPN has you covered for that. Thanks for tuning in. Alongside Ian, I am Alec. See you for Game 3 between the Dodgers and the Mets. I will not be broadcasting Game 2 tomorrow as I have the off day. Game 3, Dodgers, Mets, Wednesday night. Spaces and Twitch. Until then, stay safe everyone, and have a good night.